doing well. I hope you are as well. I think we already got the disillusionment spell? Yes. Yes, we did. So we get to go steal everything in Hogsmeade. Everything not behind a lock, because I don't have a Lohomora yet. Why am I running when I can use Fluflame?
You cannot be serious. Goblins working with Rookwood makes no sense.
It is rather unorthodox, to say the least.
Unorthodox? It's inconceivable. It's... Ah, Fig. You have a visitor. I'll see what I can find out.
It's amazing how long it took him to notice me here.
I was able to search the restricted section while you were with Professor Black. It was a book we were after.
What? That's... Wait. You accessed the restricted section? But how?
I'm
Thinking on
magic,
it, perhaps it's best you
obviously.
spare me the details.
Fair enough. In fact, the book was below the restricted section, as it appeared on the map.
I want to hear everything. First, let's have a look. Oh dear. Some of these pages seem to be missing. It appears someone has got to the book before us. Still, I will need time to study what remains. Perhaps we can still salvage something useful. though it may
Hopefully
take
everybody's
some
week has
time.
been good so far.
I wonder why it was here, below Hogwarts.
I think I know, sir. I saw 2 more memories where I found the book.
Another pensive. Godric's heart.
The man we saw before, Percival Rackham, was a professor here. The first memory showed him and 3 other professors using ancient magic to restore a hamlet from a drought.
Miriam was right. And the second memory?
In the second, they were talking to a student who started as a 5th year, like I did. She could see traces of magic too.
Why those memories? Perhaps this book will explain. I'll have to take it with me to London. The headmaster has insisted that I speak directly to the minister about George's death.
I understand. I'll see what I can learn about the missing pages while you're gone.
Good. Don't neglect your studies. Your wand work is improving by the day. But you'll want to pay attention in herbology and potions. There's more to magic than spellcasting.
Plenty to keep me occupied while you're gone.
You've done exceptionally well. I look forward to seeing all that you've accomplished when I return. Oh,
Don't worry.
and don't neglect your friends. You may be
Hogwarts
surprised
will
by how much you can learn
maybe
from
not be
them.
burned down by the time you get back.
It's time to prove your dueling mettle and see if we've a new school champion. Meet me at the usual place for the final round of crossed wands. Also, the training dummy is still available.
Meet me in Lower Hogsfield as soon as possible. I would like to talk to you about Rookwood and Harlow, and it might be best to do so outside of the castle.
Natty just sent you an owl post
Heard you're
requesting to
defending
meet.
Hogsmeade against trolls.
I
You know,
was
there is such a
talking,
thing as
ominous.
trying too
How
hard.
dare you? She's not. She just passed me. She's not in Lower Hogsfield. Hey, that's good. Oh, world map. The fog limits what you can see. Hamlets are the small communities. Glorious. But that's awesome.
Professor Fig
That's a
and
decent...
Weasley have asked that I teach you an additional defensive spell. Please complete the assignments I have given you, and then proceed to see me in my classroom.
Oh my god. My brain can't process, like, me talking while I'm also listening to something. I'm so sorry. But no, that's actually a decent increase in production. Like, percentage-wise. Okay. What's the closest thing to Hogsfield? World map. I have... We'll just do that. Okay. There's someone up here.
Oh dear, I shall get in trouble for this.
Incendio! Is everything all right?
Oh, hello. Thank you for asking. I'm Cressida, by the way, and I'm afraid everything's not all right. I may be in a spot of trouble with the librarian. You see, I'm fond of creating my own charms. Thought I'd perfected my light as a feather charm to use on my library books. My arms get so tired carrying them around all day. But I must have confused the Latin word for feather with bird in my incantation, because when I opened my bag just now in the library, they literally took flight.
That sounds a rather complicated way to simply avoid carrying your books.
Possibly. But where's
I've
the fun
thought
in
about doing voice
simplicity?
acting.
New charms and spells have to come from someone. Why not me?
I don't actually know
I
how to
collect
get
the
into
books
it
and
besides
remove
like
the
trying
charm
to start on
myself.
Fiverr.
Except this isn't the first time one of my charms has threatened the peace of the library. Our meet told Madame Scribner they were my books flying around, so she said that if I caused her any more trouble, she'd write to my parents. Perhaps you could get them for me. There are only 5. She won't be suspicious of a new student looking around.
I suppose I could help if I have the time.
Oh, I'd very much appreciate it. One of the books is my diary. I'd rather it not fall into the wrong hands. If you could collect them and bring them to me, I can remove the charm.
Really sorry, Cressida, but I am the wrong hands.
I'm going to have to use Accio to get to the... Got it. Only 4 more to go.
Today was a good
This
day.
must be Cressida's diary. I'd want this back too.
That
if I were
is,
her.
until Gareth splashed whatever ridiculous concoction he was creating all over my perfectly stewed lacewing flies. Had to empty my entire cauldron and start all over again. He is such a menace. Thinks he knows everything there is to know about potions, always disrupting Professor Sharp's class with his experiments. I'm utterly convinced that if he wasn't Professor Weasley's nephew, he would have been expelled by now. Our both Smokies again, tonight for dinner. I'm becoming more partial to them now, although I still prefer meat pie. Yep. The only one you read is her diary. What? That's not where I was aiming. I'm at 3 of 5.
Revelio.
That might be one.
Accio. Revelio.
Where? Oh. The old librarian. One of the first librarians of Hogwarts is depicted here. Rumor is that he had no tolerance whatsoever for noisy students, and was known for his liberal use of the silencing charm at the slightest sneeze. Well, hopefully he kept up with his dusting then.
That's the last book. Now to take them back to Cressida.
Can I just... No.
Reading can be as magical as...
I know you're lying, aren't you?
Hello, Cressida. I collected your books, including your diary.
Oh, what a relief. Thank you. I'll happily take the heavy lot off your hands now.
Unless you want your classmates to know how you really feel about them, you might reward me for my time.
Oh, you're not at all who I thought you to be.
No, I'm
And
not.
you're not who I thought you to be. Based upon your diary, you seem terribly judgmental.
Fine. I shall pay you. But you cannot begin to imagine what I shall be writing about you next.
As long as it's not in a
Should
death note,
never have trusted
I
them.
don't mind, Cressida.
Revelio.
Glumbumbles. Glumbumbles are... I said bubbles. I said it right the first time, and then I couldn't do it again. They are magical flying insects that produce a treacle which will cause melancholy if consumed. They feed on nettles and nest in dark and secluded places. Unfortunately, they are known to infest beehives, having a devastating effect on the honey therein.
Revelio.
I have not gone to flying class yet, have I? No. Maybe I'm just better off getting to a different exit. I think another stipulation I would have unfortunately run into for voice acting is that typically positions like that want you to be able to do more than one accent. I am not that talented. My voice is not quite so versatile.
How nice to see you, my young friend.
Nice to see you too, lady. She makes being evil much easier. This quest always cracked me up because she has you go so far out of your way to have just a normal conversation with you. And then you have to go back. Oh. I've now strode? Away from the path? What am I doing? What am I pressing? Why am I pressing all the wrong buttons? For video games, it's different. I can see that. I think it'd be really cool to be able to voice act for a video game. My character has some of the best cardio I've ever seen in a person. She can run at a full sprint for ages. I'm sure it is intriguing. But there's someone waiting on you.
It is good to see you, my friend.
Hello, Natty. How are you?
I am well, thank you. I was there, and I saw what happened with Rookwood and Harlow at the Three Broomsticks. I have been worried about you.
I'm all right at the moment.
If you don't mind my asking, why were they looking for you?
I've never met Rookwood or Harlow. Perhaps they mistook me for another student.
Yeah, no, they really do.
The two of them pursuing a Hogwarts.
She calls you out here
intently.
just to have a regular
But whatever
conversation.
the reason, you were clearly in danger. For now, it is safe to say that Rookwood and Harlow are a threat to both of us, to all of us. Which is why I wanted to speak to you. Everyone has been talking about you defending Hogsmeade from that troll attack. And I shall never forget watching Serona stand up to Rookwood and Harlow in the Three Broomsticks. Both of you have inspired me to take a stand of my own.
What sort of stand?
Men like Rookwood and Harlow are the reason my mother and I left Matibili Land. I am not going to sit by and watch them destroy my new home.
I mean,
Good.
yeah.
Rookwood and Harlow are a dangerous pair, and you should know that Rookwood is in league with Ranrock.
I had heard they were seen in Hogsmeade together. All the more reason they must be stopped. Rumor has it that Theophilus Harlow runs Rookwood's day-to-day operations. Taking him down would cripple Rookwood's entire enterprise.
That may be true, but shouldn't Officer Singer handle someone like Harlow?
I spoke with her. She was polite, but perhaps understandably would not discuss details with a student. I overheard some of Rookwood's
Yeah, because
lads
that would
talking
be a
about
serious
massive poaching
oversight in their
operation that Harlow was
information
planning.
security.
I was thinking that we could investigate a bit. Try to get the evidence that Officer Singer needs.
All right. But how?
I am going to watch and listen, find out precisely what Harlow is up to. I shall reach out when I know more. In the meantime, remember, I am here if you need me.
Thank you, Natty.
Be on your guard.
And that was it. That was all she wanted.
Velio.
Had to come all the way out here for that.
Your pardon! How dare you threaten me?
What's going on here?
I will help her in just a second.
But Mummy,
There's loot.
Archie, I don't have time to argue. I've told you repeatedly not to stray far from home, especially when I'm inside with your little sister.
but you should see them, Mummy. They're beautiful. These horses with wings.
Oh, that's enough. I'm too tired for your stories today. You stay right here where I can...
Revelio.
Now,
Okay, so I can't get
why don't you do some more
those.
drawings for me?
Very well, Mummy.
That's fancy. My gear slots are full. Well. That's just a shame. Wait, there's a vendor literally right here. What am I doing? Have I updated my gear?
Hello, sir. What do you sell here?
Hello, I'm Jalal Semi, and this is my potion shop. I can answer any questions you have about the town.
What do you have for sale?
I'll have no trouble selling this. Thank you.
Should probably sell this before I sell everything else. Because this can't be upgraded. Alright.
I hope to see you again sometime.
I never
Arn,
thought
I'll help you in a
Rhinoxoilis would
minute.
go this far.
Might I beseech you for some assistance?
Hello? Can I help you?
Oh, thank goodness. Yes. My name is Grace Pinch Smedley. Of the Bath Pinch Smedleys? I was hoping someone would come along soon. I was about to defy my father's wishes and would never have forgiven myself. You see, I need to retrieve something from the bottom of the lake. Might you be the one to help me?
I'm afraid I'm not keen on mucking about at the bottom of lakes.
Oh, please don't say no just yet. Perhaps if you understood my plight, you'd change your mind.
Perhaps? What precisely do you need to retrieve, and why?
Years ago, my grandfather, who fancied himself quite the astronomer, set sail from Hogsmeade station for what was meant to be a quick stargazing cruise with my grandmother. They never returned.
I'm so sorry. What happened to them?
We can't be sure. We only know that neither they nor their boat made it back to shore. They were presumed drowned.
I mean,
Father
isn't
was
there a
so
giant
distraught
squid in
that
the
he
lake?
forbade our family from setting foot on or in the Black Lake ever again. A treasured family astrolabe vanished with them that night. If you could dive down and retrieve it, I may be able to bring my father some peace.
It sounds dangerous, especially for something of mere sentimental value.
I understand. But I'd be forever grateful. Of course, you may discover much more than the astrolabe. Anything else you found would be all yours. I've cross-referenced the vessel's last alleged location against the lake's topography, depth charts, and tide schedule. My best guess is that it's just over there, about a furlong from the dock. It would be wonderful to have my grandfather's astrolabe back. I do hope you find the astrolabe. It would mean so much to our family.
It sounds as if her astrolabe is just northeast of the dock. I should dive down and see.
Lady, I'm only doing this because I can get paid for it.
This must be where the Pinch Smedley family astrolabe is. I should let Grace know that I found her family astrolabe.
I'm surprised they have you go this far out before they let you go to flying class.
I trust you didn't find the dive too terribly difficult.
I can't jump.
Hello, Grace. I followed your bearings on a dive in the Black Lake.
Oh, how incredible! Did you find the astrolabe?
I did, but it wasn't easy. I shall need to be compensated.
I see. That's fair, I suppose. A reward, so to speak, for finding the buried treasure. Thank you for recovering it. You do well to keep an eye out for more spots to dive. A diver of your caliber is certain to find all sorts of things down there. Thank you again.
I guess
And
the,
do
like,
hope you keep
truly
diving.
evil option
You
would have been to
certainly
just
have a
keep
knack
it.
for finding treasure.
But then I don't get the money.
I never thought Ramrock's loyalists would go this far.
Pardon me, is everything all right?
Hardly. I've just lost my business and almost my life. You'd best look elsewhere for wares. I've nothing to sell now. I never thought it'd come to this. Be on your guard. Ranrock and his loyalists will spare no one.
They attacked you.
Oh, Ranrock has no patience for goblins who won't join him. While I too would like to see goblin kind treated by wizards as equals, bloodshed is not the answer. When I said as much, they turned on me, struck me till I nearly passed out. Took my carts, my belongings, even that which is most precious to me, my paintings.
I'm sorry this happened to you. I shall certainly keep an eye out for your carts.
That is very kind of you, but I think they took them to their camp southwest of here, just past some ruins. Too dangerous to try and retrieve them. I did enchant the carts to return to me if I ever lost them, however. Slim though the chances may be, I'm holding out hope that some of what was taken is returned to me.
I do find it really funny the
It
way
was
that
nice
quest is set
meeting
up,
you.
that he's like,
I wish it had
oh,
been
they're
a-
just right over there. You know,
After what Ranrock
in that
did to
direction.
goblin banker at Gringotts,
But don't go do
I
it, it's
shouldn't
too
be surprised at
dangerous.
what happened to Orn.
They must have come this way. Think!
I've no idea who it is you think I might have seen. I've been busy with my research. I do not have time to...
Victor Rookwood don't give a doxy's nip back your time. Oi! Speak of the devil. Mr. Rookwood would like a word with you.
A student! You can't be
Enough out of you.
Leave her alone.
stupefied!
Let's get this over with. Look what you've done! You pay for it!
I'll watch the light go out of your eyes.
Will you, though? Probably not, but I would like that robe.
I
Pretty
see
sick
you.
robe.
Take a presumption.
I'm not going anywhere with you.
You've made a grave mistake.
What on earth just happened? I've never been accosted in such a manner. And so close to Hogwarts.
Are you all right?
I am, thanks in no small part to your excellent defensive skills. Care to tell me why two Ashwinders were ready to dispatch me to get to you?
Ashwinders?
Victor Rookwood's thieves and extortionists, his little cronies. They seemed quite keen on you.
It's a long story, but thank you for your help.
Well, you've avoided them for the moment. Priya warned me things were getting dangerous. Best get moving on my research before they return.
You're a researcher.
Nora Treadwell at your service, historian and archaeologist specializing in Merlin's work and life.
I thought that Merlin and the tales about King Arthur's court were mere myth.
Mere myth? You're lucky Sir Cadogan didn't hear you. Chatters on endlessly about his connection to Merlin from his portrait at Hogwarts. Merlin attended Hogwarts, you know, and I'm studying some curious fixtures he left here centuries ago.
Fixtures?
These vine-covered pillars, dozens of them, all around the area. I've taken to calling them the Trials of Merlin. I believe he created them as a diversion for his fellow Slytherins. He was terribly fond of puzzles and enigmas.
I'm not sure old vine-covered pillars are worth studying.
Well, I think anything concerning Merlin is worth pursuing, and I shall have you know, no one has yet managed to figure out how they work. But I believe I have just unlocked a crucial clue. I suspect that Mallowsweet
I've chosen
is
every
an important component in getting
main
the
option,
trials
but she's
to
still
work.
continuing.
Mallowsweet.
Versatile herb. Merlin repeatedly mentioned it in his writings. I had just arrived to test my theory when I was so rudely interrupted. You see, each swirl in Merlin's writing has a symbol in the center. That started me thinking, what if...
The Mallowsweet is meant to be placed at the center of the symbols.
Precisely. Would you care to do the honors? We can see what comes of our little hypothesis. I brought a trunk chock full of Mallowsweet with me. It's just over there by my tent.
This trunk?
Yes, take plenty, even if you already have some.
I have the Mallowsweet.
Lovely. Now, notice the vines on these pillars here, as well as a stone swell on the ground. Each trial has these features. Place the Mallowsweet on the swell, and we'll see what happens. My word! Did you see that? The vines disappeared.
I think these
What
are
should
all
I do
the
now?
same height.
This is
The
uncharted.
flames make the pyre sink.
I am curious about these
Incendio!
tiles. Yes, how beautiful! What a day! I can hardly believe it.
I take it we can call that a success.
We can indeed. However, I now have even more questions. How does it work? I must review my notes. I may have missed something.
Are all of the trials like this one?
Oh, not precisely. Well, I think each has those telltale vines and the swirl on the ground. You should feel free to solve them as you come across them. I believe I have what I need to continue my research. My guess is that each will also require Mallowsweet, which you can find in Hogsmeade should you need more. I really must be off. Such a pleasure to meet you.
Was
and
it?
do be careful out here. Now, I've got what I needed. I
Revelio.
return to the safety of my notes and books.
Okay. I think there's another trial over here. I should only need one more to get a gear slot increase. Got these.
Incendio! Revelio. Revelio. Could it be a Merlin trial?
Really? Come on. Nothing.
Leviosa.
What other spells do I have? None. This worked the last time. How could you do this to me? Alright, up to Hogsmeade. Because now I have disillusionment, so all of those chests that have the big eyeball on them, I can open them now.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
Revelio.
Revelio. Accio. Revelio.
Hogsmeade Community Garden. This small community garden in the heart of the village is the perfect spot for growing various herbs and peaceful magical plants. Only peaceful ones. Oh my god, please. I know you can do this. You can climb these steps. Oh my god. Give me that. Thank you.
Revelio.
Oh.
We have everything a young student might need when it comes to potions. Have a good look around.
Hey, not that way. It's the other way.
I wish they'd let the Roman people do
It feels so quiet when there's, like, no background music. There's almost always background music.
Come on inside. Oh, watch yourself, though. Let's have you leave here alive.
The dogweed and deathcap tree. This large tree with winding branches supports the shop dogweed and deathcap.
Can't believe it!
How much money do I have right now? 3,500. I'm out here in my PJs. Okay. Whoa. Yeah, it's definitely weird, like, when the background music just drops out. Yeah, I need to do one more Merlin trial to get a gear slot increase.
Incendio.
Oh, whoops.
Lumos.
Come on inside. Watch yourself, though. Let's have you leave here alive.
Right, hopefully we can get to the point where we get Alohomora. We've got a couple of things to do before that, though.
Revelio. Quests. Let's go ahead and do this. And hopefully that can get the rest of this done, so I can just get Expelliarmus. No matter how many times I say that, I'll always feel like I say it wrong.
Future champion coming through.
Damn straight, kid.
Hello, Lucan. I'd like to practice with the training dummy.
Excellent idea. This time will be a bit more of a challenge. Ready?
That'd be brilliant.
Wonderful. I'll set things up. Remember to cast all the spell combinations before the dummy lands again. If you need to stop practicing before you finish all of them, let me know.
Accio. Incendio. Leviosa.
Excellent form.
Accio. Incendio.
Nicely done.
Accio. Incendio. Levioso. Accio. Incendio.
That's it! Impressive wand work. I'd hate to face you in a duel.
It was only a training dummy.
True, but it's a difficult dummy. Believe me, I know. Seriously, well done. Training dummies will think twice before challenging you again. Plus, you'll be even more formidable in crossed wands. Other duelists had better beware.
And now we do the actual crossed ones where I have to drink Wiggenweld potion like it's my lifeline. Because it is.
Hello, Lucan. Is the final round of crossed wands ready?
Big match today. It all comes down to this. The moment that we find out if your training and dedication is enough to win it all. Ready for a shot at glory?
I certainly am.
Brilliant. Are you dealing with a partner?
I'll go it alone.
Then let's get started.
We can make this a real victory.
That's the spirit.
Levioso. Incendio. Trigger. Stupefy. Levioso.
Come on. Is that all you've got?
Levioso. Incendio. Confringo. Protego. Level 4. Accio.
Ringo. Oh, there goes my wager.
Incendio. I am the one. Levioso. Act like a winner. Levioso. Protego.
Ringo.
Don't shy away now.
Incendio.
You're better than that.
Accio. Protego. Stupefy. Levioso. Stupefy.
I was defeated. No.
That's a practice shot.
They made a crap's breakfast out of you that round. Care to try again?
Yes, I'm ready now.
Very well. Good luck out there.
This should get me.
Incendio.
Wow. I aimed at actually nobody.
Confringo. Protego. Stupefy. Levioso.
It would be.
Accio. Protego.
I am
Levioso. Incendio.
slightly offended.
Accio. Confringo. Incendio. Levioso. Accio. Protego. Levioso. Incendio.
Come on. Ringo.
Levioso. Protego. Stupefy.
Ringo.
Incendio. Accio. Stupefy. Protego. Levioso. Stupefy. Stupefy.
There we go.
Some big hits that round.
Yeah, how dare they? Don't they know who I am?
What a victory! You've won the
Future
tournament!
Dark Wizard. From Hufflepuff.
That was nothing. I'm just getting started.
If the best duelists in the school weren't enough competition, then perhaps you should consider transferring to Durmstrang. Now, to the victor goes the prize! And so it is my great honor to present you with this simple yet elegant token of supreme dueling accomplishment.
Thank you. It's been an honor.
You earned it. You are a duelist to be reckoned with. Now that
And
we've
don't you forget it,
definitively
kid.
crowned the tournament winner, I suppose I should get back to my schoolwork. Wonder how my herbology plants are doing. I haven't tended them in ages.
I think that was enough to do... I have to dodge roll 2 more times in order to learn this. I mean, I'm probably actually shorter than them. Only like 4'10". To me, my character is tall.
Wow. Is she growing Punja's onion again?
Good morning, Professor Garlick.
How wonderful it is to see you again, Lenora dear. Oh, here. You'll need these for today's class. A little treat for your auntie. Ah, hello. Class, please welcome the newest rose in our garden. We do look forward to growing together. How thrilling it is to have everyone back together again. This year will be filled with enchantment and excitement, but the most important thing cultivated in herbology is knowledge. The prudent herbologist is no more afraid of the venomous tentacular than the bouncing bowl.
I wish her hairstyle had
Now
been
then,
available in the
today
options
we
for
will be acquainting ourselves
custom
with the mellifluous tuber
character
known as the
customization.
mandrake root.
Wow.
Accio.
I have been struggling to talk for like the
Let's see
last
if we
3
can't make our
days.
fibrous friends a bit more comfortable, shall we? First, let's protect our ears. Now, everyone, grip their mandrake by the tendrils and give it a firm tug.
Quickly! Place your mandrake in the new pot and pack out the soil!
The soil should envelop the root like a warm, dirty blanket, putting the mandrake right at ease. Reparo! I'm very sorry about that. Yours was a bit mature, I'm afraid. All right then, off you go. Splendid work, everyone. Now, for our next task, we'll be planting dittany at our...
I wonder if hippogriffs...
Yes, Professor?
Firstly, well done with your mandrake. They can be rather difficult to get a grasp of.
I'll say, I nearly went deaf.
Well, yes. Of course, the cry of a mature mandragora can be fatal, so remember to keep those ears protected. Now, as I mentioned, next we'll be planting dittany. Let us find you some seeds.
I already have some, Professor. Picked them up in Hogsmeade.
You visited the Magic Neep. Wonderful. A prepared student is bound to bloom. I've arranged for you to have your own potting table here in the classroom. Wasn't easy to spare one on such late notice. Plant the seeds there now, and you can return to harvest them later. Even with soil, sunlight, and a bit of magic, they will take time to grow.
Let's see how to balance my star thistle arrangement.
Okay.
Niffler's fancy or roses?
Dittany's restorative properties make it a vital ingredient in the Wiggenweld potion. Well done! As you all should know from Professor
can be
Sharp's harvested, your Dittany will be ready to use in Wiggenweld potion. I'll let Professor Sharp tell you about that. Now, what say we branch out? Introduce you to a different sort of flora, the Chinese chomping cabbage. You'll find that some plants are better suited to uses outside of a cauldron. The cabbages do get testy without something to chew. Fortunately, I have a dummy for them to gnaw on. Be a dear and let them have a good chomping.
Yes, Professor.
They're in the other greenhouse. It's just at the end of the footbridge leading out of this room. Your classmate, Mr. Pruitt, has kindly offered to accompany you. Come back and see me when you're finished. Oh, and mind your fingers. They do bite.
I will say her pun game is on point.
Hello. Saw you on your way to Hogsmeade the other day. Nice to meet you. I'm Leander. I'll be showing you the Chinese chomping cabbages. Up these stairs will take us there, but your lead. Nice work in Defense Against the Dark Arts, by the way.
Excuse me?
Your duel with Sebastian! And he's good. Thinks he's really good. But you outright slaughtered him. It was brilliant.
I'll do it to you too, kid.
Well, thank you.
I nearly put Sebastian in his place myself. Here we are, home of the Chinese. Try a few of those cabbages. Now, see that dummy? Just toss the cabbage at it. They'll do the rest.
I love that he's explaining this like I can still hear him. Dirigible plums. This orange radish-like fruit floats upside down as it grows. Some believe it can enhance one's ability to accept the extraordinary. Interesting.
Look at that! They'll chomp on anything they can get their mouths on. Mum planted some in her garden last year to keep the gnomes out. Did save her the de-gnoming, but they left her honking daffodils in tatters. Vicious little bastards, aren't they? My kind of plants. Not like stupid booba tubers and bouncing bulbs. The kind of plants that just have your back in a fight. Not saying you can't go it alone, but, well, imagine that wasn't a dummy.
Trust me, Leander. I was imagining it the entire time.
You were? I mean, of course, you're, not someone to be trifled with. I see that. Dogweed and deathcap has more of them, if you're keen. Other plants too. Ones your parents wouldn't plant in the garden. You get the idea. Anyway, we, probably ought to head back to class. Take your time. I'll see you back in class.
Oh, this one's locked.
And with that helpful reminder as to why we should always wear our dragon hide.
I tended to the Chinese chomping cabbages, Professor.
Remarkable plants, aren't they? I hope they weren't too much trouble. Oh, don't see any bite marks or missing digits. And good, as you do seem to be quite green-fingered. Oh, I'm eager to see your skill in the soil continue to blossom.
I hate being mean to her, actually.
Thank you, Professor. But looking after plants isn't all that thrilling to me.
I think you'll come to see that the fruit is well worth the labor. As we herbologists like to say, tend to your plants and they'll tend to you. Huh. Well, I suppose that's everything. Do come by for a chat sometime. I so enjoy checking in with my new students.
Alright, I need to go
Those
pick a fight
mandrakes are really
so I can dodge
relishing
some
their new
spells.
pots. Only cost me my damned hearing.
If it's seeds I'm after,
Oh, I have to go to potions class still. Fair enough. And I would like to be able to go to my flying class before... Really? It's always good to bring a coffee.
Shouldn't there be auras or someone from the ministry guarding this?
Professor Black would never allow that. It would make him look completely incompetent.
I've already had my coffee for the day, but thank you.
Potions is one of the most challenging and hazardous subjects taught at this school. As 5th years, you will be required to reach new heights of both discipline and intellect. You will begin this term by brewing a Wigan-Weld potion. Mr. Takar, can you tell us why this particular potion might come in handy?
Yes, Professor Sharp. The Wigan-Weld potion can be used to sterilize and even heal a variety of injuries.
It can heal some injuries, but not all. Points for Ravenclaw. Before today's class is completed, each of you will have brewed a Wigan-Weld potion of your own. You never know when you might need it. Please begin. Use a strong, even motion when crushing your ingredients. Please be meticulous when adding powder to your potions. One errant sneeze could be disastrous.
I think this would probably be my worst class. I would forget how to do it every time.
I see most of you have not forgotten how to stir. Not an easy potion to brew. Well done. And from what I hear of your recent exploits in Hogsmeade, you'd also do well to practice brewing the defensive Edurus potion. Professor Weasley had you acquire the recipe from J. Pippin's, correct?
Yes, sir.
Good. For the moment, you can find the ingredients you need in my office. But in the future, you'll be expected to provide your own ingredients. Some can be harvested from the plants you grow in your herbology class, and rarer ones can be purchased. Others, however, may be harder to obtain, and will require you to be a bit more resourceful. Come and see me when you've finished brewing, and we'll see if it was skill or luck the first time round.
My parents considered keeping me home from school this year after the rumors of...
Did I hear Professor Sharp say that you have permission to go into his office?
Yes, but why does that matter to you?
Brilliant! And it matters because you can be a part of something truly creative. I'm Gareth, by the way. Gareth Weasley. Bit of a prodigy with potions, if I do say so myself.
Pleasure to meet you. Wait, are you related to Professor Weasley?
She's my aunt. Keeps too close an eye on me for comfort. Ugh. But she can't be everywhere. Listen, anyone with a troll-sized brain can brew an Edurus potion. I'm working on something that's certain to be spectacular. I'm just missing one tiny last ingredient that will add that extra spark.
I suspect that's where I come in.
You're as clever as I'd hoped. I simply need a single Fwooper feather. As you'll already be in Sharp's office with his permission, perhaps you could grab it for me.
Nah, kid.
I don't know, Gareth. I don't want to get on Sharp's bad side.
You won't. Fwooper feathers aren't that valuable. Sharp won't even miss it.
I've enough to worry about collecting the ingredients he wants me to get. I'm afraid I can't help you.
I
I'm
understand.
also not sorry.
I'll sort something else out.
Remember,
Memorandum, 31st of December, 1875, from the Auror's office. Borgin and Burks. They've had an increased amount of activity outside of ordinary shop hours, particularly in the wee hours of the night, with suspicious deliveries being made to the shop's back entrance. Given what we know of the shop's reputation, we are adding more Aurors to join those that have already been watching the shop. You are amongst the new additions. Further instruction to follow. Hey, welcome in! Lurking is also, or always, welcome. Also and always. Same difference. I will take the Fwooper feather, but I'm not giving it to Gareth.
your potion station's organized and free of clutter. Should you chop the Dittany or crush it? The wrong answer could result in the unfortunate loss of your eyebrows.
And now we add the mallow sweet, and... That's odd. What's happening? Wait, it's not supposed to... Ah!
Right now, I'm getting through my first potions class.
Dragon Dog! What happened?
Well done.
And then I'm hopefully
Now, Mr. Weasley.
getting to the point where I can
Sorry,
get the
Professor.
first level
That'll be
Alohomora
points from Gryffindor. Again.
by the end of the stream today.
I brewed an Edorus potion as you asked, Professor.
Glad you managed to stay on task. Not every class is so eventful. I saw Mr. Weasley speaking with you earlier. He can be quite persuasive. Glad you managed to resist. You've done well today. I confess I was skeptical, given the advanced nature of this class and the fact you're a new student.
I'm glad I was able to meet your expectations.
A rare occurrence. And you do well to remember that you're not a potions master quite yet. In addition to having a solid grasp of how to combine various ingredients, you should gain an understanding of the ingredients themselves. Pay particular attention in herbology. The plants you nurture there are often essential to the potions you brew here. Now, I recommend that you find a safe location in which to practice brewing. You cannot leave a hot cauldron simply anywhere. And you can keep that Fwooper feather. This time. That'll be all.
I will leave a hot cauldron wherever I want. Thank you very much.
Each of us has had enough excitement for one day. Class is dismissed.
Ugh, my robes are going to reek.
Revelio.
A portrait in our common room wants to talk to you. It's Eldritch Diggory. He used to be the Minister for Magic, I think.
My Wiggenweld potion's utter rubbish. Wish I could just replace it with one from J. Pippin's. This is my sister's first year.
Oh, that's right. I'm actually getting to the point where things diverge depending on what house you chose. For Ravenclaw, you actually go talk to Mr. Ollivander. And he sends you to the Owlry.
You wanted to see me, sir?
Indeed. Allow me to introduce myself. So few students know who I am these days. Eldritch Diggory, former Minister for Magic and founder of the Aura Recruitment Program, at your service. I believe you can help solve a decades-old murder, thanks to that book you found, and, in particular, its missing pages.
How do you know about the book? And the pages?
We portraits hear more than you might suspect, and most of us can keep a secret. So, What say you? Surely a Hufflepuff such as yourself would be inclined
I
to
feel
help
like
seek
Professor
long
Sharp
overdue
is
justice.
kind of like their discount Snape.
This could be right up my street. Even we Hufflepuffs enjoy a good mystery.
Glad to hear you are up to the challenge. Plus, I believe you'll benefit from this undertaking. My great-niece, Helen Thistlewood, can provide you with details. She's retired now, but was a skilled aura in her day. And the unsolved murder of which I speak was her case. I often visit my portrait in her home, in the nearby hamlet of Upper Hogsfield. Shall I tell her to expect you?
I shall go and see her right away.
Brilliant. With what I suspect is your knack for hard work and her keen mind, both mysteries may be solved sooner than you think. I shall see you there, soon I hope.
They even tried to get the name close enough too. Right, we need to go kinda far out.
Revelio certainly never revealed the charm of my potions, Professor, back when I...
Come now, don't be stingy.
It's my understanding that they've added in, like, extra dialogue with some of the professors. Like, you can go and talk to them more about, like, what their life is like. But I do agree they definitely could have done more with the professors in general. Like, I feel like sometimes the quests, like, the classes, things like that, they could have explored it a lot more than they did.
The Ministry ought to loosen the reins.
Leviosa!
If I have so much
Come on. Yes! There we go.
What have you done?
These rocks have seen better days. Revelio.
I mean, fingers crossed they do
This must
make...
be the place Minister Diggory mentioned.
Here you are.
Whoa.
I'm pleased to see you took my advice.
Yeah, fingers crossed they do actually end up making the second game, and it does get a bigger budget, because I think that they could definitely improve upon what they already
I
have
met your
in
great
this
uncle
one.
in his portrait in my common room. He sent me to speak to you.
I'm pleased you came. Uncle Eldritch believes the book you found and its missing pages may be relevant to an unsolved case from my time as an aura.
Very well. I'm listening.
Decades ago, a student named Richard Jackdaw disappeared after going to meet a girl named Anne. They never found his body. When his headless ghost appeared briefly in Hogsmeade, wholly unaware of how he died, Anne was convicted of his murder and sent to Azkaban. It was in large part due to the testimony of a girl called Apollonia Black. Jealous of Anne, I think.
That sounds terrible, but I'm not sure how I can help.
Anne's alibi was somewhat labyrinthine. She said Jackdaw promised her adventure following a map he found on some pages he'd stolen from Peeves.
And you think Peeves ripped those pages from the book I found in the restricted section?
If my great-uncle is to be believed, yes. At least that's what the portraits at Hogwarts suspect. Anne insisted that Jackdaw had asked her to follow the map with him, but only
That could
after
be pretty
she
cool,
solved a series
going
of
between the real
puzzles
world
he'd
and the
prepared.
magical
Odd
world.
way to woo a girl. She swears she never even solved the first puzzle, so they didn't meet. Jackdaw's ghost vanished almost as soon as he appeared. Without Jackdaw's puzzle, pages, or remains, Anne was sent to Azkaban based solely on Apollonia's spurious testimony.
I don't understand. What can I do to help?
I believe Anne may have solved the first puzzle by now, but after spending time in Azkaban, she's a shadow of her former self. She won't speak to anyone she doesn't trust, and she trusts no one. If you, a student with a connection to the pages, like Jackdaw had, spoke to Anne, she might reveal new information.
It's surprisingly much warmer here right now than it has been. So right now it's 3 degrees Celsius. So I would want to say in like the high 30s, low 40s Fahrenheit, if you use Fahrenheit.
I've always wanted to see Azkaban. Count me in.
I suppose it has a peculiar appeal to some, but it can be terribly disconcerting.
Hopefully you're able to stay warm.
Fortunately, being a
I
retired
do not do well
Auror
in
has
cold.
its benefits. We can apparate right to her. I've escorted ministers, professors, and many others to that blasted place. Never a student, I'll admit, but I will keep you safe.
Very well. Let's go.
Steady yourself. We'll apparate together. Don't worry, I've never splinched anyone.
Do take care now, and tread lightly in that horrible place.
We'll be there in but a moment.
Yeah, so it's 3 Celsius here. But it was surprisingly up at 7 earlier today. It was actually kind of nice. See, the Hufflepuffs get the Dementors.
Expecto Patronum!
I'm not a huge fan of snow, personally. It's really nice when it first lands. It's really pretty
That ought to
before,
keep them
like,
at bay
people
for
wake
now.
up and ruin
Though,
it.
be aware, you may feel a wave of despair. It will pass.
Thank you for the warning.
This really is a dismal place, but we'll be out of here soon enough. Now follow me. Do keep your wits about you.
Ugh, I never thought I'd see the inside of Azkaban for myself.
Nasty Dementors. Not even I could convince the Ministry to send them off.
Careful
There's no
around
need
there.
for such monsters.
Been here a lot longer than
If I had my wand, I'd cast Crucio on the lot of you.
You don't scare me. You should know our rules.
That witch you're with has a dark cloud over her. I can feel it.
What is that I hear? Perhaps death, in all its mercy, approaches.
No one at school's going to believe this.
Now remember, Anne has been here a long time. The Dementors aren't kind. Have patience and speak to her quietly and respectfully.
Yeah,
Are
so
you Anne?
the quest
Who's
that
there?
sends you to find
Who
Jackdaw's
speaks
ghost
to me?
is different depending on what house you're in.
Death finally come for me.
I'm a student from Hogwarts. I found the book that you said would exonerate you.
Ah, the book, the book. No one would look. None of the mages found the pages. Methinks the feckless knave meandered to his cave. My fate was surely sealed in Upper Hogsmeade.
Are you saying that the missing pages are in a cave? near Upper Hogsfield.
Field, ruins house, a vault concealed.
A vault in some ruins near Upper Hogsfield. I suppose it can't hurt to look.
Can't hurt to look, can't hurt
Oh,
to
you
look.
sold it?
Go find the
Oh,
pages from
no.
your book. Helen,
Yeah, each house has a
Helen.
different quest.
No, you're here. Come in close.
The only one I
be
remember
a
right now
dear.
is Ravenclaw, because I just recently did the playthrough.
What is it, Anne?
Yeah, so I forgot what Slytherin and Gryffindors are, but Ravenclaw, you actually go up to the Owlry.
Go. The cave. You're safe now. You have what you need. I'll be all right once I get...
Oh, okay, bye. I'm sure she'll be just fine.
But Madame Thistlewood, all right, I'll find it. I'll find Jackdaw's cave.
Shane Bardolph thought dark magic was the answer. I reckon Rookwood's played a hand in his disappearance.
We'll come back for these side quests.
Brown Rock's loyalists are a menace. What can be done?
A map. It doesn't appear to be connected to the missing pages. Best hang on to it for now.
Okay. Oh, it's like right around the corner from me. Yeah, it's not far.
It's like a place right out of a storybook.
Yeah, it turns out Hufflepuff is like the least chosen... I don't know what that was for. I can just drop down. I'm sure I'm fine. Nope. Nope. Very much dead. Very much dead. Good to know. So not a lot of people knew that Hufflepuff got to go to Azkaban for their quest. How do I get down there? Oh. I should really start looking at my mini-map more.
Revelio. Wonder who lives here. I should investigate.
I should investigate. But I want to be able to fly.
Who lived here, I wonder? This must be the place Anne told me about. No one's been here for ages. Incendio!
There's like a specific order you have to do these in. Are you gonna... There we go. What?
Incendio! Revelio. Accio! You'll not outfox me, Jackdaw. You couldn't outwit me, Jackdaw. Now, where's the clue you left behind?
My dearest Anne, well done. You solved my puzzle. I knew you were a kindred spirit, and the only one with whom I could truly share my adventures. Meet me at the edge of the Forbidden Forest as soon as you can, and I will show you the map that I mentioned. There's no telling where it will lead us. I found it on pages that Peeves ripped from a secret book, and no one else seems to be able to find. I haven't any idea what lies ahead, but I am glad to know I shall share my future with you. This is only the beginning. Richard. Yes, I am terribly glad you found this, as I would have gone on alone if you did not. And what fun would that be? Unfortunately,
A note from Jackdaw.
It was also the
never
end.
Found it. So how did he die? Was she to blame at all?
Could it be? Has someone solved my puzzle after all these years? Well done indeed. Richard Jackdaw, at your service.
The Richard Jackdaw? I heard you disappeared years ago. You have some explaining to do.
I do? That was my puzzle you solved. What are you doing here?
A retired Aura, Helen Thistlewood, told me about a map you stole from Peeves, and then Anne told me about a cave.
You saw Anne? Broke my heart. I had to go on without her. Probably best for her in the end. Dare I ask? How is she?
You literally ruined her life.
She was imprisoned in Azkaban for your murder. Why didn't you exonerate her?
What? Azkaban? Oh, poor Anne. I had no idea. I thought she'd written me off. I've been traveling the world for years to mend my broken heart. I came back here only recently, on a whim. I must speak to the Aura you mentioned and see how I can help Anne.
I'm glad to hear it. Before you go, would I still be able to find the pages with the map Helen mentioned?
I'm almost certain I dropped them in the cave the moment I was beheaded. They're bound to
He
be
literally
mouldering
left
away
and
with
went
the
on
rest
this,
of me.
like,
Tell you
worldly
what,
adventure
meet me
while
at
the
the
woman
edge
he
of the
loved
Forbidden Forest,
rotted in
and I'll
Azkaban.
show you precisely where to find them.
Jesus.
Thank you. I need to find those pages to help a friend.
I shall see you there.
That's insane. I don't think I can go... Yeah, I have to go learn this before I can go to, the Forbidden Forest.
I hope you were able to take care.
Professor, I completed all of your most recent assignments.
Well done. Then you're ready to learn Expelliarmus. Pay close attention. The disarming charm may often be all you need to defeat the most powerful dark witches and wizards you might encounter.
Perfect, so it's all I need to take over the
requires
world.
a focused mind and a steady wand. Good work. The dummy is here if you wish to stay and practice. You seem to have the right end of the stick, but keep practicing.
To now.
Here I am, as good as my word.
I don't know, man.
We meet
I
again,
don't know how
Richard
much I
Jackdaw.
trust your
I suppose
word.
I shouldn't be surprised to see you. It would take the patience of a Hufflepuff to track down these pages.
Well said. Now, where do we go from here?
Follow me. I shall lead you as far as I can, but I fear I may remain a tad reluctant to revisit the scene of my demise. Keep your eyes open for a bird bath. When you find it, say intramuros. I think it's Latin. Or Greek. As you can imagine, I never paid much attention in school. Shall we?
That's what happens when you don't pay attention in
Aside
school.
from the bird bath,
Oh,
anything
I'm
else I should look
immediately
for?
going the wrong way.
Indeed. A few landmarks, a stone bridge, a waterfall, and, if I recall, a lake. You'll see.
You've been very helpful. Thank you.
Surprising how much of this is, rather unfortunately, coming back to me. Yes. You know, the closer we get, the more I'm remembering. Probably best I leave you to it. Simply stick to the path and keep a sharp eye out for that bird bath. Adieu. Is that Latin? Or Greek?
Oh my god. My god. There's so many tiny spiders. Why is the music so loud and my casting so quiet? Oh my god. I'm out of potions. Can you hold still? Did it really run away? Huh.
Incendio.
Yeah. Just goes to show he never paid attention in school.
The waterfall. For a thief, Jackdaw's surprisingly as good as his word.
My gear slots are full. Man! Alright, if this doesn't show my evil intentions, I don't know what else to make it more clear to people. Am I in combat? Why am I in combat? I just want to search the... What sorcery is this? Who even sees me right now? This guy really fighting me from all the way up there. Okay. Maybe if he had gone to school, or gone to his classes, he was already in school, he would have known. It's Puffskeins. These are the things that kid is scared of. Yeah, it doesn't get more evil than this.
Something oddly solemn about this place. Such regal creatures, stags. There it is, just as Jackdaw described. Intramuros.
What was I saying? Oh yeah, maybe if the kid had actually gone to his classes, he wouldn't have ended up dead. Because I'm pretty sure he was skipping classes when he decided to...
Aren't you a little far from
Oh, this might be problematic.
Ranrock knew you'd eventually lead us to whatever it is you're hiding. Don't get away with that.
Incendio.
Really, it is.
No risk those loyalists will report back to Ranrock now. Let's see where Jackdaw has led me.
Oh nice, he gave me a potion. That is my one Wiggenweld potion.
I wonder how big this place is.
Here.
Impressive. That must be where this all leads. Someone didn't want casual visitors down here. I wonder if any of my spells will help me through this. Incendio! Levioso! Tego! Stupefy!
Oh, you're alive. Nope. Mm-mm.
I'm not going to touch those. Ugh. Levioso! Tego! Stupefy! 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 Stupefy!
I only have one potion. I have to make it count. Oh my god. Tilted car. We're looking fabulous right now. Oof. I hate looking at the walls in here. Like out here it's not so bad, but like where it's actually infested with spiders and stuff, nope. Mm-mm. No. Thanks, but no thanks. Wait, what's over here?
That platform ought to be able to float straight to me. I'm glad Richard Jackdaw left a little something behind for me, but where could he be? Accio! Not a headless skeleton in sight, but I may as well help myself to this.
This whole getup is incredible. Best I've ever looked.
If Jackdaw could solve this, so can I.
I will say that while I'm not a fan of spiders, and yes, I might be incinerating them as I go in the game. In real life, I don't really like killing them.
An untouched chest. Jackdaw wasn't very thorough in his search of this cave. Whew, it's a good thing Jackdaw didn't fall down there. I'm glad Richard Jackdaw left a little something behind for me, but...
I wish they would have recorded enough voice lines for the number of things they have in this cave. Like the number of chests, because she has said the same thing like 4 times since we walked in here. Well, that is a very minor inconvenience. I'll say it just the same.
Incendio!
Okay, that didn't even reach. Ugh. I think that would be really cool.
That's odd. I'd have thought Jackdaw would have been interested in this loot. But there's
Like,
no
I'm
sign of him.
not a huge fan of AI taking over certain positions. But I think it would definitely help as far as, like, the creativity process.
Reparo.
I don't think that fixed it. Like, I do think AI could do a lot for us in the long run, but there's definitely some things that I feel like it's better off not replacing.
Not a headless skeleton in sight, but I may as well help myself to this. An untouched chest. Jackdaw wasn't very thorough in his search of this cave. That's odd.
That's fair.
I'd have thought Jackdaw would have been interested in this loot. There's no sign of him.
Wait. I think.
Not a headless skeleton in sight, but I may as well help myself to this.
Okay, I think I'm supposed to go this way. Maybe? Possibly? No. Why am I lost? How am I lost?
There it is. The bridge. It's almost complete. More spiders. These can't be what beheaded Richard Jackson. Stupefy. 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 Stupefy.
It's a good thing I picked up more potions.
These spiders have multiplied since Jackdaw came this way. Revelio.
Oh, well, sweet.
I'm glad Richard Jackdaw left a little something behind for me, but where could he be?
Yep. There we go. I do agree, it's an effective tool. The only concern I have with it is that a lot of people view it as more than just a tool.
I must be getting closer to Jackdaw's remains. And those pages. There's Jackdaw. Here it is.
But I definitely think it's
the map that brought your doom, Jackdaw.
a very effective tool,
Is there
especially
something beyond this
with
room?
creativity, and it's a good way to foster inspiration. I've not tried drawing in a VR environment. I do have a headset, but I think it's, I forgot the name of the game. There is like a virtual studio that you can get on Steam. And while it is a very interesting concept, it would definitely take some getting used to. I know that, because I've tried like VR chat, where it has the tools that you can like face. That doesn't reach it. It's such a short range cast. There we go. I've not tried
That's unnerving. What's happening?
anything beyond like the VR chat, like old VR chat drawing stuff.
I've seen this before.
Working in a 3D environment where I can actually like draw in a circle around myself does throw me off. I will say that. It's definitely fun though.
Where am I? Oh no. The room is starting to flood. How am I being protected? What sort of magic is this? I can only hope this magic protects me until I'm able to make my way out of here. What is this place?
I forgot about the glasses. That's amazing.
Can it be?
It can indeed.
It's you.
Has someone finally found our map chamber?
I recognize you from the Pensives. You're Professor Rackham.
I am indeed. I must confess that I am surprised to see someone so young standing before me.
I'm the same age that you and Isadora Morganach were when you started at Hogwarts.
You've paid attention. And might I presume you share our ability?
To see traces of ancient magic? Yes, sir, I do.
As you have likely realized by now, our ability gives us a unique relationship with all forms of magic. We can access expressions of magic that few others can.
These glasses are clearly the only way
that
he's
allow
taking
you
me
to
seriously
sharpen
right now.
this rare talent. Do not squander them.
I won't, Professor.
Only a true protege
We have
can see
much
through glasses
to
like that.
discuss. But first, a map found in a certain book led you here. Place the book on the pedestal.
I don't have the book with me, sir.
That is unfortunate. I'm afraid we must pause our conversation until you return with the book.
Very well. I'll retrieve the book right away.
Good. We shall speak again once the book is in place.
I finally can use my talent points. I have 5 left. Now we just have to go grab the book.
I found the pages and the map chamber. Why would I need the book?
Why would you ever question this moving painting?
Incendio! I'm back at Hogwarts. I wonder when Professor Fig will be back. I did promise him I wouldn't neglect my studies while he was away. Suppose I have enough to distract myself with till he returns with the book.
Oh, wait.
Revelio.
Sleeping Dragon Statue. The Hogwarts motto, Draco Dormiens Nunquam Tutilandus, means never tickle a sleeping dragon. Fortunately, this particular sleeping dragon is made of stone and will never awaken. It may be tickled to absolutely no effect.
Revelio.
Urn of Ashes. This particular urn is rumored to have once borne the inscription Pioneer in Dragon Taming. Should not have started with the Hungarian horntail.
You
Oh no.
need to learn Depulso, the banishing charm. Useful
I
for
do.
pushing objects or adversaries away. Complete the required tasks and meet me in my classroom.
And those required tasks are... Axva and Edurus. Use them simultaneously. Acquire and use a focus potion. Flying glass! Sorry, Professor. Flying class comes first. But before even that, I will be right back. Okay. We finally get to fly. Getting around everywhere is going to be way easier.
Everybody grab a broom and we shall get started.
Mr. Clopton, your attention, please.
Sorry, Madam Kagawa.
Everyone, please welcome a new student to our flying class.
Hello.
The goal of today is to remind all of you how to maneuver on a broomstick safely, as broom flight is, first and foremost, a means of transportation. This, I fear, some of you have forgotten. Diving, rolling, and loop-the-loops will not be taught or in fact tolerated in this class. We'll leave that to professional Quidditch players, like the Toyohashi Tengu. Not a fan, I take it? Now, let's see how well everyone kept up with their practice over the summer holidays. For those who need a refresher, step up to your broom, say up firmly and clearly, then kick your leg over and rest your weight on the seat.
While it is a shame Quidditch didn't get included in this,
thank you.
The flying
Now,
feels clunky
your
enough
turn.
that I'm kind of glad at the same time.
Up, you stupid ratty school broom!
Up! One leg over, so there's a leg on each side. None of that side saddle nonsense. A gust of wind will throw you right off. And if you hear my whistle while you're in flight, ground yourself at once. Good. Now, for your first lesson, fly through each ring in the courtyard.
Wish I had my own
Take
broom.
care. The brooms are school property.
I think I'm
want
getting
them
the hang of
returned
this.
in one piece. Well done. Now that you're acclimatized to your broom, let's see how well you manage with a more advanced exercise, shall we?
Don't you worry, lady. I'll leave all your students in the dust.
This next set of rings will take you around the grounds for more of a challenge.
What have you?
Hello. Nice day for a flight.
Brilliant.
Ah, the old boathouse. Wish you could have experienced crossing the lake as a first year. Whoa, our aquatic resident likes to make an appearance once in a while.
Yeah, like I always expect the flying to be done with the mouse, but it's actually just the WASD keys. And there's very limited range for what you can do with your camera. Like I can't look up or down while I'm on the broom. Overall though, as just a method of transportation in the game, it's really not bad.
I say, I watched you fly through those rings. You seem to handle yourself on that dusty school broom well enough. I'd imagine you're ready for something a bit more challenging. But I'm getting ahead of myself. We haven't properly met. I'm Everett Clopton. Am I right in suspecting that a Hufflepuff like you might be interested in some high-flying fun?
Can't say no to that. What did you have in mind?
A bit of a detour, so to speak. Follow me. The tour is about to begin. Follow closely now. Right now, we're flying over the Transfiguration Courtyard. Lovely as ever. Let's hope the headmaster isn't having tea by the window today. Nice to get above it all, isn't it? Ahead of the gardens, the Hufflepuff common room windows just peek out. Bit claustrophobic for my taste.
How is Everett flying so quickly?
Here's something handy to know. Lean forward for a burst of speed. Helpful if you need to escape a tricky situation.
Now that's more like it.
You sure you're not part hippogriff? There's the famous bridge. Think of all the magic holding it up. I mean, look at it. And the owlery. That's a bit of solid architecture, isn't it?
Flying tips and a jaunt around Hogwarts. This is quite the tour, Everett.
That's Kagawa's whistle. This concludes our tour. Best hurry back. Looks like she's already dismissed class. Better hurry and hand in our brooms.
And where have you two been?
Oh, hello, Professor. We were trying to get a bit of extra practice in.
Hefty points will be taken from each of you for not following my instructions. Mr. Clopton, I am disappointed in you. You're in this class because you're still not showing yourself, or frankly, your broom, the proper respect.
But, Professor...
Enough. Class is finished for the day.
Yeah, he's a horrible influence.
As for you, you do well to use better judgment in the future. Chin up. That was some rather good flying.
Sorry about that business with Kagawa, but you have to admit, those views were worth it.
It was worth losing a few house points for that detour.
You seem at home on a broom. Bet if you had a fancy model, you could fly laps around Imelda. She's Kagawa's favorite. I could show her a thing or two if I had my own broom. Hate having to return the school broom after class.
Perhaps
Well,
I'll
then
have to
get
purchase
good,
a broom
kid.
then.
Get your
If
own
you
broom.
can, you should. Wish I could. I recommend visiting Albie Weeks at Spintwitches in Hogsmeade. He's always looking to test new models. I'll keep an eye out for you in the sky.
Madam Kagawa, about what happened in class.
No need to discuss it further. Losing points for Hufflepuff should serve as a deterrent against future escapades. Now, Professor Weasley has asked that I teach you a few additional spells, so please keep an eye out for an owl from me. You're also welcome to drop by any time with questions.
I've not forgotten about our library venture. How did you fare? If you're keen for some illicit spell practice, meet me outside the Defense Against the Dark Arts classroom. I know a discreet place near there.
Hogsmeade.
Please meet me in the 7th floor corridor as soon. I have an idea for somewhere you can focus on your studies, away from prying eyes and distractions.
Ah,
Pavilion.
wonderful.
Spintwitch's Sporting Needs. Run by the amiable Albie Weeks, this shop sells all manner of wizarding sporting goods, including the latest broom models. Gossip around town is that Albie himself is working on a number of broom enhancements.
Hello, Mr. Weeks, is it?
Albie Weeks at your service. Welcome to Spintwitches. Apologies if you came by before and weren't able to come in. Shop's been closed since trade routes were disrupted. Had to travel as far as London to meet with my supplier. And I've only just returned, thankfully with inventory. I presume you're in the market for a new broom? Got a few rare U-weavers available. Ember Dash, Silver Arrows. Wind Wisps too. No matter what broom you choose, you'll be pleased. They're all exceptional, both in quality and performance.
Sounds quite the array of brooms. I'll have a look around, thank you.
You'll be thrilled with that broom, I promise you. Nice doing business with you. Whilst nearly any broom will certainly be a step up from the practice brooms in Kagawa's class, they all have their limitations. You seem to be a flyer who might be interested in, say, some enhancements?
Go on.
Ha! Knew I was right about you. I think you'll be quite happy with the performance of any broom at lower altitudes. But you may notice that speed consistency tends to falter as you rise. I believe I can remedy this issue. I have some ideas for enchantments, upgrades, if you will, that will improve the performance of any broom you fly. What I need is someone to conduct a broom flight and report back to me so I can perfect the upgrades. As it happens, another Hogwarts student, Imelda Reyes, is using abandoned broom courses for time trials. Clever girl. An ideal situation for collecting flight statistics. If you were to compete for the best time and succeed, then report back to me with how your broom behaved, I could complete work on my first upgrade. What say?
Sure, why
That
not?
sounds intriguing. I'll see what I can do.
Thank you. It'll be worth your while. If I'm right, the new upgrade ought to enhance brooms in every regard. And I can give you a special price. The time trial should be a bit of fun too. Go to the Quidditch pitch and Imelda Reyes will sort you out. Once you've beaten Imelda's time, be sure to let me know.
Okay. I can change it here. Hello, ghost. Can I help you? No, you can't have that. That'll make you sick. Can you please get down? Unfortunately, Ghost has decided that I cannot touch my keyboard for just a moment here. He demands 110,000% of my attention. Hey, Ghost. They say hi too. That doesn't mean you get to bite me. Okay. Defeat goblins. Ooh. Wait. No, that's it. That's what I have to wear. There. Surely. They'll have to take me seriously now.
Can't help but admire Mr. Weekes' enthusiasm.
Oh, I can get the room requirement now. Just if this didn't work the first time you tried it, why would it work now? You gonna lay down?
Professor Weasley? Somewhere away from prying eyes.
Oh my god, the armor.
Forgive me, the headmaster stopped me and I... Merlin's beard. I see you've wasted no time. Well done. Shall we?
After you, Professor. What is this place?
This is the Room of Requirement. It only appears when one is in real need of it. Ordinarily, a student might stumble upon this room entirely by accident. If ever. I'd only planned to suggest to you how to find it by walking past that bit of wall, focusing on what you need. But you've managed to reveal the room on your own. While I'm here, we should take advantage of the moment. Now, where is Deke? He must have sneaked past and gone ahead.
Deke, Professor?
The house elf I was speaking to in my classroom your first day. Thought he might help you use the room once you've found it. There's no chance I'm clambering over this mess. This presents the perfect opportunity to teach you Evanesco, the vanishing spell. You can cast Evanesco to vanish certain objects, such as these chairs and other things here in the room. I suggest you practice the wand movements first, then you can clear the chairs away.
There I am.
Splendid. Now, cast Evanesco on those chairs. Excellent work. You'll note that you are now in possession of Moonstone. We shall discuss
I was
its
already
uses
in
later.
possession.
Let's move on.
Possession? What is possession? Why can't I talk today?
Where in Merlin's name is that elf?
Miss Weasley, I am trying to talk. I waited for you.
Goodness.
Ma'am,
My
I
old
am reading a
schoolbag.
letter. Stop
I
it.
wondered where that had got to.
I waited
Can't
for you
believe
here
it's
for
still
ages.
here.
Perhaps you were
I'll just
assigned a
take a
few more
quick
inches of parchment than you'd
Give you an
expected.
opportunity to
Let me know
explore
if
on
you
your
want to
own
try to
until
meet
we
again.
locate Deke.
Sincerely, T.
Yes, Professor. Revelio.
Dear me. Can't you keep it down?
Accio.
Really?
Levioso. Hope this isn't as precarious as it looks. Revelio.
No, not... that's not helpful, you worthless pile of spin.
Bit offended the room thought I needed a bath. Cheeky thing.
Revelio.
Oh, that's the chest that I levitated.
How does anyone other than a house elf manage to get around in here? Was that a golden snitch?
Accio! Perhaps you should summon your wits and find out.
Incendio!
The audacity.
Accio! Levioso!
What?
Accio!
Glorious. That went way smoother than the last time I tried to do that.
I hope that house elf can find us in here. Yikes! Careful!
Huh? Oh, there you are. Wait right there. Deke will come to you. Hello.
Ah, Deke, we've been looking for you.
Apologies, Professor Weasley. Deke was looking through some of what's appeared in the room since Deke was last here. Is this the student?
Indeed it is.
Deke is honored to meet you.
Deke has been a friend since I was a second year. We discovered this room together. I mentioned you to Deke. We believe that you might be able to benefit from this room like I did. Deke, would you be so kind?
Of course, Professor Weasley. The room of requirement will
No, they
always
just
be
wanted to
equipped
hide me
for
in
the
this room.
Seeker's needs. It's
I'm too powerful.
unplottable, so won't appear on any map. Most happen upon it by accident, if ever. Deep-seen students in need of an extra file for potions stumble upon the room filled with them. You seem to have accessed it in its form as the Room of Hidden Things.
I was thinking about needing a place away from prying eyes. Brilliant.
Oh, that explains it then.
What I need specifically is a place where I can catch up on my schoolwork without distraction.
Well then, the room can provide you with precisely that. Now, it's time to focus on what you need. Just close your eyes. Imagine the room precisely as you need it. The room will do the rest.
Whether they were caused on purpose or by accident, I doubt that the state it's in right now was the intended cause, even if it was on purpose. I just think it's a shame that everything, literally everything, is up in flames and they're completely out of water. It's just an insane situation, and I really hope.
You've given yourself quite a canvas to work with.
For the best for everybody. Like, it's everything I've seen so far news-wise is just horrible.
Ah, and it seems the room has provided you with a desk of description. Excellent. It can identify unfamiliar items of clothing. One should always understand the effects of anything in which one is clothed.
Since May, it hasn't rained. That's wild.
You'll find plenty of items of clothing that need to be identified. The desk will be an invaluable resource.
I imagine the desk of description will come in handy.
It will. I hope you'll take advantage of it. Now, I'll give you a brief lesson in conjuring. The room might not provide everything you need on its own.
Conjuring?
Yes, the magic of creating or conjuring objects. I'll teach you.
That's pretty crazy. I've never been on the west coast of the US at all. The furthest I've been is
When
like the
conjuring more
desert
complex objects,
side of
you'll
Texas.
need what's called a spellcraft. Spellcrafts are like recipes. They list the ingredients or resources needed to conjure a particular object. You should have acquired some for a potion station and potting table from tomes and scrolls in Hogsmeade.
That's not bad.
Where
It
can
being
I find the
$15 on the
resources I need?
PlayStation Store?
While resources such as moonstone can be obtained throughout the Highlands, it's much safer and easier
I think
to
on
purchase
Steam right now even
They
it's
can also be
much
collected
more
by
than that.
vanishing objects in the room, such as the chairs you vanished earlier. In fact, you should have enough resources for now.
I see. Can I regain resources by vanishing something I've already conjured?
You can indeed. Quite perceptive. Why don't you give it a try? Go ahead and conjure the potion station and potting table. You should find both familiar, since they'll resemble the ones you've already used to study magical plants and brew potions in class.
Revelio.
That's not what I wanted.
Well done. You can use these whenever you need to brew potions or grow plants. Presuming, of course, you've collected any seeds or potion ingredients you need in Hogsmeade or outside the castle grounds. Deke will be here to answer any questions you may have. Do not underestimate his insights.
I will be sure to speak with
Yeah,
Deke if I
hopefully
need anything. Thank you.
Good luck.
they're able to sort something
I
out in
shall
regards to
linger
the
a
water.
bit
I
longer
haven't
in
seen
case
much
you'd like
news
to learn another
since
transfiguration
finding
spell
out
for
they
use
had
in
no
the
water
room.
left. I know that the death toll is rising over in California. Fingers crossed that something works out soon.
I'm ready for the next lesson, Professor.
Very well. First, you'll need to gather some moonstone.
But
You
if
can
Hogwarts
acquire it
Legacy
by
is that
vanishing
cheap on
items here in
PlayStation,
the
you should
room of
definitely give it a try.
requirement, or you can gather it carefully outside of the Hogwarts grounds. Return to me once you've gathered enough, and we shall begin the lesson.
I already have enough.
I have the moonstone you requested, Professor.
Good. Then we may begin your lesson. You can
Those
conjure
subjects
more
seem
than
really,
potions
really
and herbology tables.
disjointed and awkward to
Conjuration can be
put
used
together
to
that way.
decorate this space to your
I
liking.
just unfortunately don't
Why
have
don't
much
you
to
try it on
say
the walls and floor?
in regards to the LA fires. I think they're horrible. It's usually 5 days of rain for each day of sun. Oh, that's rough. I mean, hopefully it doesn't come to that. I don't think those are even, but that's okay. They don't need to be even.
Good work. Shall we move on?
I've conjured everything I can. What's next, Professor?
I think you're ready to take on alteration.
That's
the altering
true.
spell will allow you to customize
When
any
things are rough,
conjured
hope
item.
is definitely something good
You can
to have.
change the colors, patterns, and styles of your furniture to suit your taste. Let's get started, shall we? Watch closely as I demonstrate how to perform the altering spell. Just aim your wand at any conjured item and perform the spell to customize. Nicely done. Now you're ready for something a little more advanced. You can use the altering spell directly on the room's architecture. Try these new designs on the floor or balcony. Your space might benefit from a bit of ambiance, don't you think? Deke, would you mind?
Of course, Professor Weasley.
Professor Weasley said I should ask you about changing the room's ambiance.
Of course. What sort of overall look most appeals to you?
One that shows how dark and
I'd
mysterious
like
I
the room
am.
to feel mysterious and eerie, as if I'm in the Forbidden Forest, surrounded by shadows.
Oh, sounds perfect.
And if they don't know I'm evil by now, that's on them. I'm sure the suit of armor should have given it away, but...
Quite a difference. Of course, you needn't keep this style if you don't like it. You can always ask Deke to change it back. Now you have learnt a good bit about alteration.
Thank you, Professor. The room is full of possibilities.
Indeed. No matter how much time I spend here, the room always manages to surprise me. An even bigger space.
How did that happen?
The room equips itself to your needs. It must have sensed that you needed more space to practice spellcasting. If you'd like to customize the space further, you can use these spellcrafts. You'll find more of them both inside and outside the school.
Thank you, Professor. I shall keep an eye out.
Good. I'll leave you to it. This is your space now. Use it wisely.
I feel like everyone needs a room like this. If I ever went to Hogwarts and I found the room of requirement, no one would ever find me again. Do I have... a focus potion? I don't think I do. I know I got the Maxima and Durus. I do not. Now I just need a focus potion. Exactly. Even if they found the room of requirement, they still wouldn't find me.
Revelio.
Tapestry of Barnabas the Barmy. This tapestry depicts the wizard Barnabas and Barnabas the Barmy's foolish attempt to train trolls for the ballet. One can only imagine the impact on the arts had he succeeded. Okay, I need to go somewhere. There was something I was about to do. Oh, I have to go buy a focus potion. That's what I was about to go do. The best part about it, though, is I wouldn't even need to shrink myself. I'm just small enough to vanish anyway.
Come on in. Healing potions are a speciality here, should you, Demi? A wise decision. Thank you. I hope to see you again. Farewell for now.
It didn't register. There we go.
Excellent.
Fantastic. Now I can learn the pulso. Then eventually I need to, oh, not run into the wall. I need to do the hidden herbology corridor and not go through that door apparently. That is locked.
Revelio.
Wooden cat. This wooden statue bears the likeness of Pangur Dawn, fearless feline, mouse hunter, and devoted study companion.
Incendio.
I think I will do the Undercroft quest first. Oh. Alright then. I'm gonna do the Undercroft quest first because it gives me Confringo. Yeah, I think we've all been there. Where we have that one coworker or one classmate that's just doing something you just can't stand. Suit of armor did what we're all thinking.
Sebastian, it's been a while.
It has. Glad you received my owl. I have something to show you.
First, let me thank you for what you did in the library.
Of course. Scribner tried to give me detention, but I have ways out of these things.
Well, you took the fall for me, and that counts for something.
Did you find what you were looking for?
I did, but something was missing. I'm not sure here is the best place to discuss it.
Understood. We can talk more in a moment, in the Undercroft. Not even the professors know about this place. This way. There's a secret passage just here.
It's well disguised. How did you find this place?
My friend, Ominous Gaunt. He named it the Undercroft. We used to play gobstones here all the time. With my sister, Anne. She loved that infernal game. What I
They have my
wouldn't
armor.
give to lose to her again. I should tell you, I swore to Ominous I would safeguard this place. So please, keep this between us. He never confided in
Revelio.
anyone. But he's trusted me since the day we met. I wouldn't want to jeopardize that. We used to sneak in here almost daily. We've never been caught.
I think I've seen Ominous in potions. Or was it herbology? I've noticed that he uses his wand to navigate the castle.
He does. No idea how, though. Ominous was born blind, and no spell could reverse it. His wand seems almost sentient. Not surprising, I suppose. Ollivander always says, the wand chooses the wizard.
Is that how he found this place?
No, someone in his family knew about it. The Gaunts are full of secrets. I've never heard anyone else speak of it, and I've certainly never seen anyone else here. Again, mention this to no one, especially Ominous. He has no love lost for his family or their secrets, but this place is special to him.
Understood. But why does Ominous have no love lost for his family?
His father's family are direct descendants of Salazar Slytherin, one of the 4 founders of Hogwarts. Obsessed with blood status, most of them. Ominous cannot abide them, as he'll be the first to tell you. Anyway, the Undercroft has been a perfect place to sneak off to, away from prying eyes, and even practice otherwise forbidden spells.
Really? Like what?
Like the blasting curse. Professors say it's not an appropriate spell to teach students.
A proper magical education ought to include all magic.
My thoughts exactly. A spell like Confringo is only truly dangerous in untrained hands. Such spells should be properly taught, not banned. To be fair, I'm admittedly partial to more fiery forms of magic. But you should learn it. I can teach it to you safely here. It may take a while to get the feel for it. Mimic my wand movement. The incantation is Confringo.
Very well.
You're getting it. Ready to actually try it out?
I was born ready for this. Thank you very much.
Stick to the targets, though. Best to keep the Undercroft intact. Have a go at those candelabras. Nice work. How's it feel? That's it!
I think I've got it.
Well done.
I have to say, I enjoyed that.
The first time Ominous and I practiced Confringo, we singed our eyebrows.
I would have paid to see that.
I swore we'd never live it down. So this day, there's something about that spell that's addictive.
This is exactly the type of magic I've been hoping to learn.
There's more where that came from. Been practicing similar spells here for ages. Although, I didn't tell Anne and Ominous about every one. Haven't been here in some time. It's not the same without Anne.
I'm sorry about your sister. If there's anything I can do...
Perhaps when I next head to Feldcroft, you could come along. Meet Anne. She could use some cheering up.
If your sister is unwell, she may not want visitors.
Meeting a new student will be precisely what she needs. Trust me. She misses Hogwarts. She's been stuck at home with our guardian, Uncle Solomon. Unfortunately, you'll have to meet him too.
Very well. Let me know when and I'll meet you.
Cheers. By the way, what was it you couldn't discuss out in the hall earlier?
I'm not sure where to start.
You said something was missing from what you found in the library. I assume it's to do with what you told me. About the Portkey, and Gringotts, and Ranrock.
Nothing gets past you. And yes, it is. As I'm sure you suspect, there is a bit more to all of this.
I'm listening.
Plenty gets past him. He hasn't realized that we're evil yet. He just taught us a really powerful curse.
You must promise to keep this between us.
I trusted you with knowledge of the secret Undercroft. You can trust me.
All right. I can see traces of ancient magic.
Ancient magic? I don't know what I was expecting you to say, but it wasn't that. What does that even mean?
Honestly, I'm not entirely certain. All I know is that I can see whispers of an old magic that hardly anyone else can. Fig and I think that Ranrock has somehow found a way to harness that magic's power.
Are you telling me that goblins may be wielding some sort of wizard magic?
That's what we're trying to find out.
And this ability of yours, does it allow you to wield this magic too?
I don't know.
Well, when you do know, tell me. I've been studying archaic forms of magic for ages. Perhaps we can help each other. In the meantime, with both Rookwood and Ranrock after you, I suspect a bit more time practicing the blasting curse is in order. Spend as much time here as you'd like. And remember, keep this place between us. When I head to Feldcroft, I'll send you an owl.
Hello, Sebastian. Wait. You there? I can hear you.
Oh, hello.
I would assume you
Ominous,
could.
isn't
Armor
it?
isn't exactly
I believe
quiet.
we have potions together. And herbology?
I recognize that voice. Heard you talking to Gareth Weasley in potions class. You're the new 5th year. Did you just come from the Undercroft? How did you get in there?
That room's called the Undercroft. Ah, well, I was exploring and suddenly found myself in a strange passageway.
Don't lie to me. No one stumbles upon that room. Sebastian told you, didn't he? You breathe a word about this place to anyone, and not even your precious Professor Fig will be able to help you. My father is friends with the headmaster.
My father.
I'm not afraid to exploit that connection if I need to.
You needn't threaten me. I'm not going to say anything about your undercroft. And Sebastian is a good friend. You shouldn't immediately assume the worst of him.
I don't need you to tell me about my oldest friend. Thank you very much.
Ominous, I just meant...
I know what you meant. Sebastian gets himself in enough trouble. He doesn't need your help. Sebastian is going to get an earful about this.
I will be sure to be well out of the way. Okay. Now I can go to potions.
Stirred clockwise.
Wingardium Leviosa. It can be used to levitate objects for a short time.
I completed your assignments, Professor.
Good. You should be ready to learn Depulso. Let's see what you can do. Concentrate. Do not let your mind wander.
But my mind wandering is my best treat. Or would it be the ability for my mind to wander?
If you'd like to practice,
who knows?
and I think you should. Well done. I'm glad to see that you seem staunchly determined.
Revelio.
Really? No chests? Nothing to open in here? Scam. 10,000%. That is how we should open every door. If only it worked like that every time, though. Why did I open my inventory? I needed my map. Oh, right. Okay. We are well on our way to getting Alohomora. But first I have to convince them I'm good enough to complete the first trial. Which I am. They should have zero doubts.
I was hoping to see you.
You're back.
Finally. Minister Spavin talks more than he listens. Ranted on and on about rogue dragons. Wouldn't listen to a word about goblins. Speaking of which...
Listen, Professor. So much happened while you were away. Eldritch Diggory's portrait in the common room told me about his great niece, Helen.
His great niece?
Yes, she used to be an Aura. Well, she took me to Azkaban to meet Anne Thisbe.
You went to Azkaban?
Quite an experience, but you see, Anne knew Richard Jackdaw before he died. So I had to find his ghost.
Who on earth is Richard Jackdaw?
He was a student here long ago. Anyway, he told me about a secret cavern. I went there, and right next to Jackdaw's skeleton, I found the missing pages.
You found the pages?
I did. And because Jackdaw had followed the map they contained, when I found the pages, I found the location on the map. Believe it or not, It's a room below Hogwarts.
Why am I not surprised? Shall we?
I was hoping you'd say that. Oh,
Maybe
and we'll
because
need
the
to
game
bring
is
the
called
book.
Hogwarts Legacy. So it would make sense that this big plot point is below Hogwarts. That's why you're not
The room is called
surprised,
the
Professor
Map Chamber,
Fig.
by the way, and a portrait of Percival Rackham awaits us there.
Professor Rackham. I look forward to meeting him. How did this jackdaw get the pages from the book?
Evidently, Peeves stole them, and Jackdaw stole them from him.
To think it was beneath us all this time. This looks promising. A map. There's Hogsmeade. And over here, the Forbidden Forest. And, of course, Hogwarts. It's magnificent. If only you were here to see this.
Hello, Professor Rackham. We've placed the book on the pedestal, as you asked. And this is my mentor, Professor Fig.
How do you do, Professor Fig? And you, my young friend, see now why you needed to return with the book?
I do. I also see why you refer to this room as the Map Chamber.
That you have come this far tells me that you possess extraordinary magical ability, the potential and power of which will unlock should you prove yourself worthy. The location of each of 4 trials will, in time, appear on the map. Trials that will test you and give you access to invaluable knowledge. Trials that you must complete on your own. Do you recall the pensive memory you viewed in my vault in Gringotts?
You and your friend Charles spoke of the portkey, and of trials you'd created for one who sees traces of ancient magic.
Precisely. Charles is another of the Keepers, a designation we gave ourselves centuries ago, in light of the knowledge that we have been bound to keep hidden. Until, perhaps, now.
So, the passage from your ruins to Gringotts, everything in the vault, the restricted section, finding this room, none of these was a trial.
They were an important part of the journey, but they were not trials themselves. The fact that you have come this far, however, bodes well. The trials were designed to ensure that the power and knowledge we have kept secret for so long does not fall into the wrong hands. They will test your
Don't
abilities,
worry, man.
both
By the
innate
time I'm done,
and learned.
you'll wish
But
Ranrock
of
is the
equal
one grabbing
importance,
it.
everything you witness as you complete the trials will inform what you choose to do with all that we share. You will need patience. The trials have much to teach you. It will take time.
I'm afraid we don't have the luxury of time.
We have waited this long, Professor Fig. Surely a few more.
Respectfully, sir, while I do not know the secret you keep, I do know that our young friend here has seen traces of a powerful dark magic being wielded by goblin kind. And we encountered an uncommonly powerful goblin wielding such magic as we prepared to leave your vault at Gringotts. We may already be too late.
This is grave news indeed. Young friend, do you trust Professor Fig?
I do.
Then, in the light of your considerable skill and all you have already accomplished, we shall begin. You will find the location of the first trial marked on the map below you. Whilst Professor Fig may assist you in locating the trials, they may be completed only by one with our ability.
Shall we have a look? I know that tower. It's not far. You may have seen it yourself.
It looks familiar. Perhaps your young friend is more well-traveled than you might think.
As your mentor, the least I can do is go ahead to make sure it is safe. Join me as soon as you can.
I'll find you at the tower as soon as I can.
Until then, be careful. And do not tell anyone where you're going.
No problem, Teach. I don't talk to anybody anyway. Is it really not going to give me the waypoint yet? Nope. We are really racking up these side quests. These are all the ones that are like read out to me anyway. Oh yeah, talent points. I forgot I unlocked those. Nice. Oh, whoops.
Complete the tasks I've given you, and then meet me in my classroom to learn Defindo, the severing charm. It's typically used to cut an object, but can be a powerful weapon when needed.
It's time you learned, Glacius, the freezing spell. It is an efficient way to cool down a heated situation. But first, I will need you to complete a few tasks. Once you've done that, come and see me.
Indestructible barrels. Alright. Fair enough. Okay. Request. That I do want to get done first is gonna be this one. Yeah, I know. And then occasionally, like, after a fight or something in a cutscene, she'll be winded, but, like, the entire time, she's just completely fine.
This could prove dangerous if I'm not careful.
Intriguing place, Sanbakar's Tower. Lovely view, I'd imagine.
Over here.
We're not alone.
We are not. Ranrock's loyalists. Around a dozen I can see, but could be more.
Can't we apparate past them into the tower?
We could, but we've no idea what's in the tower. More importantly, however, I'd like to know why they're here. They've set up camp just ahead. I suggest we investigate a little before doing anything else. Let's go.
Well, this isn't ideal.
Trying to set this up in a way that I have just about every spell accessible.
No, it isn't. This way. And I'd suggest we use the disillusionment charm here. No sense in announcing our arrival. Quickly now.
Reaching an enemy undetected allows you to cast Petrificus Totalis. It'll permanently incapacitate a weaker enemy or significantly damage a stronger one.
Petrificus Totalis.
Well done.
Revelio.
There must be something here. Ramrock says so.
Totalis.
There must be something here. Ramrock said so. Someone there?
Nope.
There must be something here. Ramrock said so. Why, it's a grapple and you are.
Revelio. Orders. Directly from Ranrock.
Search the tower and the surrounding area. Look for anything to do with the names. What you find here could be the key to Goblinkind finally taking its rightful place in the world. Ranrock.
I will draw blood.
Will you, though?
Oh, this'll be a lark.
You have yet to draw blood.
I will make you.
I shall avenge your death.
Looks like we found the entrance.
Can't imagine the goblins know about the trials. They know that something... It's locked. An unlocking charm.
Very handy. How on earth could they have known about this place?
Revelio.
I wonder who this is.
With robes like that, it could be anyone.
Oh, Professor Fig is out here breaking things. Well, I thought that was my job.
I imagine these brooms have been enchanted for centuries. Never seen...
Welcome to Sanbakar's Tower.
Hello, Professor. Did you say Sanbakar's Tower?
I did. Professor Bakar is a keeper you have yet to encounter. I'm glad to see that I was correct in presuming that we would meet again soon after our last encounter. Though I surmise, based on the commotion I heard, that you did not have an easy time getting to me.
We did not, Professor.
I don't know, I feel like it was pretty
goblins
easy.
outside the tower.
That goblins were aware of my vault is disquieting enough. But if they have also made a connection to this tower, then the threat may be greater than I thought. All the more reason for us to move forward. Downstairs, near the entry, a reservoir of ancient magic, like those you've seen before, has been unlocked. Commanded to access a doorway. I'm afraid I cannot say more. As Professor Fig cannot join you, he and I will, in time, see you back at the map chamber. Remember what you see.
We're going to need to understand how Ranrock's loyalists knew about a tower that once belonged to a keeper. For the moment, however, you've more important things to set your mind to. A reservoir of ancient magic, I believe?
Yes, sir.
Then I shall leave matters in your increasingly capable hands. That said, be careful.
I will, sir.
My
I'll see you back
increasingly
in the map
evil
chamber.
hands, you mean?
Revelio.
That is a
reservoir
level
of ancient magic.
lock.
Downstairs,
I'll
near
have to
the
come
entry.
back to that. Well,
Revelio. I've seen this before, in Gringotts and the restricted section. Impressive. That must have done something. Best have a look around.
I swear, if it tells me my inventory's full again, I'm gonna be so upset.
Revelio. More traces of ancient magic. Something must be different.
Is this one of the ones? I think this is not one of the ones that's different. The other way around. Okay.
These are never a welcome sight. At least I know what to expect this time.
What? Rude? I wish I could see what I did to that one.
Stupefy. Incendio. Fringo. Stupefy. Expelliarmus.
Huh.
What have the Keepers planned for me? These look familiar.
That's to pulse up. Whoops. Oh, there it is.
More statues.
Rude.
Incendio.
Okay.
Confringo. Levioso. Expelliarmus. Repulsor. Levioso. Expelliarmus. Not making this easy on me.
No, I think I'm getting pretty good at that.
Revelio.
Actually, wait, no. I need you over here. Have a great evening. And a great rest of your week.
I ought to explore this archway from both sides.
Thank you for stopping by. Sorry, my brain is like catching up with my words.
What did that burst of magic change on both sides of the archway? Something must be different.
Ah.
I need to see how the room changes when I move in and out of the archway.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to jump to the other. What are you stuck on? am I supposed to reach that then? Nope.
So that's it. I need to use both sides of the archway to get the platform to the other side of the bridge.
That's Depulsa. There we go.
I'll never get used to these floors.
I didn't hit you fast enough. I need to go back. Something tells me I'm not about to make it. Oh my god, I did. Look at me go. No.
Now to see what's changed on each side of this archway.
Oh, really? You don't say. I don't think that comes through here. No, it doesn't. This might be slightly problematic. There we go. Okay.
Things are definitely different on either side of the archway. But how?
Potions.
Revelio.
Lots of potions.
don't like the look of this.
Okay. I just executed nothing. No. Glorious.
What a relief. Revelio.
No chests? Nope.
Another pensive.
Gotta keep up the illusion.
Your ability to transfigure the world around you is remarkable. What is it?
My father isn't getting better. I don't think he'll ever recover from the death of my brother.
It is agonizing to see those we love suffer.
The drought was years ago, but the pain of losing him is as deep for him now as if it had happened only yesterday. He doesn't need pretty pillars, he needs peace. What if I could help him, Professor?
You do so much for your father already.
It's not enough. I want to take away his pain.
It is tempting, I know, to use this magic that you're mastering to transfigure more than the physical world. But human emotion is a potent force unto itself. Even the most well-meaning and competent witch cannot possibly know the consequences of irrevocably manipulating it.
So I'm to watch as my father's pain destroys him.
It is not your pain to take. Every year, a student sees something sillier than I could ever imagine in their tea leaves. Oh, Miss Morganach, welcome back to Hogwarts, Professor.
That's going to take some getting used to. Professor Rickwood?
I was so pleased to hear that you'd accepted the position of Defense Against the Dark Arts, Professor.
Sit, Isadora. Tell us about your travels.
I was actually hoping that you and the others might join me at my home this evening. There's much I'd like to share with you.
That would be delightful. We shall let the others know.
Very well. I shall see you then.
Another memory. Now to find a way out of here. More crystallized stone. That...
What have we here?
I'm a student at Hogwarts, sir, and this is Professor Fig.
Professor Charles Rookwood at your service. Has someone completed the first trial?
I have, Professor Rookwood. We saw you in the Pensive in Gringotts with Professor Rackham.
Indeed. So, you found the portkey to access Professor Rackham's vault, and you deciphered the map within the locket you found floating above that Pensive.
I did. I found something that I can't identify floating above the last Pensive.
Ah, yes. You will find a similar artifact in each trial. You must take care to keep them safe. You will need them to complete the journey we have set forth for you. Once you have them all, we will tell you what to do with them.
Very well. Are you able to tell me anything about the next trial?
Before you proceed, I would like to speak with Charles regarding the urgent situation involving the goblins.
The goblins?
The student has seen traces of a powerful dark magic being wielded by goblin kind. They and their mentor, Professor Fig, not only encountered goblins lurking outside of San Bakar's tower, they also encountered a powerful goblin in my vault at Gringotts.
I'm afraid it would be wise to halt the trials until we know more.
We shall defer to you in this matter, of course. Now then...
Wait, Professor. The name Rookwood. Do you think...
That there's a connection to Victor? Perhaps, but we can't be sure of its significance, if any. For now, tell me what you saw in the Pensive.
Before the witch from the last Pensive, Isadora, became a Hogwarts professor, she argued with Professor Rackham about using magic to remove pain.
Hopefully the next Pensive provides more context. For now,
Well,
we should
the
learn
Pensive
what
provided
Ranrock
plenty
knows.
of context.
I
It's just
will
my
be
character
honest,
decided that
I've
that
no
context
idea
was
where
not
to
important.
start.
Actually, I might know of someone. I saw Sirona at the Three Broomsticks speaking to a goblin once. They seemed friendly.
Well, it's worth a try. See what you can find out. Of course, don't forget...
My studies. Yes, sir.
Before you go...
Professor?
Have you encountered swirling traces of magic in the world? Aside from those along our path?
Not that I recall. What are they?
Evidence of the Keeper's efforts to manipulate the power of ancient magic during our time. If I am correct, and I usually am, you should be able to use them to inform and enhance your own magic.
Thank you, sir. I will look out for them.
Alright. Unfortunately, we did not get to Elahomora, but we will definitely get to it tomorrow. Not tomorrow. No. Saturday. Saturday. I don't stream on... I usually don't stream Thursday, and I don't stream on Fridays. Preferably just to give myself days where I'm not streaming, so I could just play off stream or chill out. Mostly to avoid burnout. Anywho. So Saturday will be the real thievery in Hogsmeade, where I actually unlock people's doors and just take all their things. As always, thank you all so much for stopping by. You are all so very wonderful. I will be live around the same time on Saturday, and I hope I can see you all there. We will probably be continuing Hogwarts, so. See you all later. Bye!